Dr. Adelaide Sanford was such a monumental influence upon me and my career that she was instrumental in changing the trajectory of my career. I came to this country as an immigrant, knowing full well of my humanity and of my importance and calling to society as simply a human being called to love others, but was shocked to learn that in this society I was judged not by the content of my character, but rather by the hue of my skin. And I had spent some years in college just being saddened at how dehumanized I was treated. And I went on in my career and did fine, but sort of subsisted and decided that I would certainly make a living, but not make waves. Because of course, I didn't want to make waves. But there came this woman named Dr. Adelaide Sanford, who spoke as a keynote at an Administration for Children's Services. I believe it was called ACD back then. And she spoke at a conference, and I was struck by how regal she was. I was struck by how convinced she was that not only was I or anyone else in the room perfectly human, but that we were called to royalty and that we were called to support the education of young Black children. And I became so impassioned that my dissertation became about looking at the early childhood system in New York. And then my life became about changing the education that was given to children in New York. I became impassioned with the idea of equity, inclusion, loving children just where they were, meeting their needs and not some contrived needs of a government or a group that considered itself a majority. And so because of her, I worked in the Administration for Children's Services to the point of becoming an assistant commissioner who worked hard, toiled hard with an amazing team to revolutionize what was long considered a system that had not grown in 75 years. We changed the face of child assessment. We changed the face of family engagement. We changed the face of early childhood education. And it was all due, for me at least, to the fact that I had seen in action the queen of education, Dr. Adelaide Sanford.